Hello, I'm Jihoon. This is my presentation for my CS002 final project. So I made a 2D dungeon crawler called Boned, where you go around a dungeon and you fight different skeletons who each prefer different games, and you have to beat them at their own game to pass them. So if we start the game, I made this graphical class which allows you to import the sprites from text files, which are all in the assets folder, and you can look at them if you'd like. And I can specify coordinates and put them around the screen. There's lots of little graphical utilities I made to make programming this game a lot easier for me. So there's a chat log here at the bottom. You find yourself in an unknown place, and the control scheme that's currently available is always at the very bottom row. So S to start our game. The thing in brackets is what you have to type to do that command. And there are a few candles to pave your way. Continue. You hear the faint sound of bones rattling in the distance. Continue. Paying it little mind, you move into the darkness. Alright, so now we're drawn to this 2D dungeon, which is procedurally generated using the random walker algorithm. So we get these nice looking dungeons, where the @ symbol in the very middle, that's the player, and we can move around using the control scheme that's available at the bottom. These skeletons are represented as these S characters, and they'll automatically pass towards you with the hint of randomness to make them move a bit more naturally. They use the breath first pathing algorithm to find their way towards you. So if we walk towards them, we'll see that it's actually the Connect 4 skeleton, the one that we are right next to. And I stand undefeated in my Connect 4 human, and then we have to defeat him at Connect 4. These AI aren't too smart, so I'm just going to stack right up. True display of talent, remarkable. I'm going to get this little victory menu. And you'll see that the skeleton isn't on the map anymore, we defeated him. So if we walk down a bit, we should meet this other skeleton here, and he says he was a fleet admiral, and he's the Battleship Skeleton. So this game is just a classic game of Battleship. We're in the setup stage right now, so we're the board at the top. We can place our carrier at A1, we can move our cursor around using the control scheme, we can rotate our ship to place things vertically, we can place our submarine at D4, let's move 2 to the right, the cruiser there, 2 to the right, the destroyer there. Alright, and now we're actually playing the game. So A is to attack, you can use the ULDR to move your cursor around to figure out where to attack. So duds are represented as underscore, and X's are going to be hits. So hopefully, okay, so I hit a ship right there, X here at N4, and let's try and take down the ship. Okay, so that looks like the right direction. Alright, so that was a dud, so let's try N5. Alright, and it tells us that we sunk the skeleton's cruiser. For the sake of time, I'm just going to skip through this game. There are these debug commands I made. So 9 will always insta-win a minigame. So if we hit 9 and enter, we get the victory screen. And let's go down to the skeleton over here. So this is the chess skeleton. So initially I wanted to do entire chess games, but I realized that that wasn't super feasible, as the player wouldn't really have a great experience playing chess inside of this game, as the chess minigame would just take so much longer than any other game, so I made it a main-in-one puzzle instead. So this is a very simple one because we're on easy mode right now, and we can use NP to cycle through all of the different pieces we have. So if we move bishop at D3 by selecting it, down to the left, down to the left, and then we can hit M to move our bishop to B5, and that should be solving our main-in-one puzzle here. So he tells us that we have a clever bone, and then we can hit continue. We defeated the chess skeleton. So this final skeleton is not in a very fun place, it's kind of far. So let's try and navigate our way towards them. Alright, so this is the Tic-Tac-Toe Skeleton. Very straightforward, it's just a game of tic-tac-toe. And we can, oh, looks like he stopped us. And, alright, but he didn't stop us enough. Alright, so we got our diagonal O's, hit continue, and this is the twist. So the boss skeleton is appearing, you hear a rumbling, you finally defeated all my skeletons in their games, but your ordeal is yet to be over. We must see, can you beat me in the game of Boned? So the boss skeleton's preferred game is the game itself, so now the game is going to repeat at a higher difficulty. So now we're on difficulty medium instead of easy. It goes up to hard, which is one difficulty above this. Once you beat the game in hard, the game is complete. So all of the skeletons we meet now will be just a bit harder. So Connect 4 skeleton, it's the board is a little bit smaller, which makes the game a bit harder. If I had more time, I would make proper AI so that the game could actually be harder. So this is a chess skeleton. So we'll see a different chess puzzle, and this one's a bit more of a difficult main-in-one puzzle. It's not as small, it requires a tiny bit more thinking, but main and one puzzles aren't really that hard in the first place. So we can move the pawn at h3 to h2, and that should be the correct move. Yep. And then this is the Battleship Skeleton. So the Battleship Skeleton's AI does actually change a little bit. It has a much higher chance of hitting your ships now. So not much higher, but a decently higher chance of hitting your ships now. So you will have to really be a bit lucky. Battleship is a game of luck. So let's just skip through this game again by hitting 9. Actually, to demonstrate, let's demonstrate a defeat. So if I hit 0, it'll be a defeat. Or if you just get defeated naturally, you'll get the defeat screen. And whenever you're defeated, the game just starts over from easy mode to the very start of the game. Alright. And the way to beat the game is just to go to hard mode and beat all of the skeletons. And then the game will complete and you'll get a unique cutscene that maybe you guys can try and get to if you'd like. Alright, that was my game of Boned. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I quite enjoyed making the game. I think it turned out great.